I'm a duck. I have a new job, and I'm making this video not part of the Roost or anything, but literally just to talk to you guys. And this is really just a conversation about my experience as a human being within the past 4 years of my life, because shit has not been easy, y'all. But we all work. Working is part of a grown person's livelihood. And if your profession is, a full-time content creator, congratulations, you won the lottery. Because most of us, me included, have full-time jobs trying to, make ends meet. And this is not me sitting here to be like,
oh, woe is me, I'm so sad. Feel bad for me because I'm sad. Rant.
Type of a situation. And this is also not to say that content creation is not work either, because it is. People that make it look easy, like Kai Cenat, make you think that it's all fun and games.
Let me get that boo-boo crumb. This freaky ass, man.
But there's a lot of, coordination and planning that goes into content creation as a whole. So with that out of the way, this is more, about how working and making content can literally drain the life out of you. Now, what does this mean? Just to give you the cliff notes. If you make content for the internet or have thoughts about making content for the internet, you need to build a brand, post content regularly, which is debatable by several. Find editors, which costs money, or edit the content yourself. Find a schedule that works for you. And also live stream, that's optional too. Now, if you have the added complication of working a full-time job, you need to do all of the above, to which each section takes ample time to do, coordinate, and execute on. Plus, do your day job easily. You're looking at least 12 to 14 hours a day if you're dedicated to actually doing content. And to be entirely honest, you're probably looking at a lot more hours of just straight up working. And you know what? There's people out there that do it. All of it. When I was working from home, managing my content schedule was pretty easy. I would work, get off of work, and literally right out of working, go right to work on my content. Then I would go back to work late at night and finish what I couldn't finish during the day, to which most of the time it was a lot of work that I needed to catch up on. To put it simply, I was working to roughly 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning almost every single day. And I started work at roughly 8 o'clock in the morning. So,
yeah.
Nowadays, companies seem to think that back-to-back meetings signifies work. Never mind the fact that your superiors don't understand that when you're in a meeting for roughly 4 to 5 hours straight, you have absolutely no time to do your actual day job. You're also mentally drained because you were in 10 meetings within 4 to 5 hours, each of which you need to pay attention to, take notes on, and actively contribute to. Plus, manage a way to magically silo all of that out with absolutely no breaks in between, shuffling food down your throat in between meetings, and finally, finding time to actually do your job. Make it make sense. My schedule was, it was relatively manageable until people started dropping off from my company left and right. And, to give you a bit of context, these weren't people that were just hired and people that had just been signed on. These were people that had been working at the company for over 10 years, okay, that just decided to all of a sudden drop off immediately. They were just like, enough is enough. And to me, that sends, shivers down logical people's, spines. So what did I do? I looked for jobs like a logical human being. And looking for jobs is just, it's not the same as it used to be like back in the day. And in a city as competitive as NYC, it's become, increasingly more difficult to find a job. So I was, looking for some kind of something to sustain my life for roughly, close to 2 years. And I finally found one. This job was nice. It paid me more money. And it was still in line, more or less within the profession that I've been working in over 15 years, for over 15 years, right? And for those of you that don't know me, personally, my day job consists of working within fulfillment and logistics. And to give you a bit more context here, every time you press that button to order something from, whatever website that you're ordering it from, there's people like me in the background.
How you doing? Today I'm gonna show you how to use an RF gun.
Making sure that whatever you ordered gets to you. That's my job. And it ranges, right? Like it could be pretty much anything when it comes to fulfillment and logistics. It can be warehouse work, it can be, customer service work, to anything that you can literally think of when it comes to e-commerce, okay? And it's tough work. And me personally, I have had experience in close to pretty much every single aspect of e-commerce, even at the highest level. And this is not to toot my own horn. I've been doing this for a while. I've been doing this for over 15 years. I know what it is that I'm doing. I got a job still in line with what it is that I wanted to be doing. But to me, there was a problem. And that problem for me was a question that I had been, asking myself literally within the past, 6 to 7 years of my life, just working in this profession. And that question was simple. Do I want to work for another company, making them more money for my services with nothing to show for my name? Or do I want to take a chance and work for myself with partners that know me and have worked with me to build something worth my time? One was the safe option, and the other one was obviously the risk. Sure, the risk was I'm gonna be exhausted, I'm probably gonna be working long hours, but the level of happiness that I would feel was essentially everything that I had ever wanted. So through a lot of conversations with my wife and a lot of, back and forth and, trying to make it work, I took the riskier option. Sure, I don't have health insurance and now I have to manage my own taxes, but all of that to me is inconsequential in relation to my happiness. So here we are, me here telling you about my risky option and why it's been the best decision for me. But it's also been a lot harder for me to just make content, to sit here and do this, to record something, to find the energy to be able to do something here for YouTube. And this isn't work where I'm literally, sitting down here in a chair, looking at a computer screen, burning my eye sockets out. I'm literally on my feet all day, every day, lifting 50-pound boxes over 50 times just to make sure that orders go out. Okay? Now, this isn't to say that I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life, because that's not part of the plan. But it's the start of a business that's still in its infancy. It's sort of expected. And to be honest, I couldn't be happier. Am I sore as hell every day? Yeah. Does my body hurt? Sure. But I'll be damned if I have to sit in another 3 to 4 hour meeting talking about work that I could have been doing within that time. Okay. Plus, the positives here is that I'm gonna be looking like the ripped blue shirt guy from Free Guy in a couple of months.
I've been at this 1 week, and I gotta tell you, it's coming in nicely.
So there's positives. So to me, it feels a lot better personally. And get this, I have more money in my pocket. Now, in regards to content, it's just been, it's become increasingly more difficult because my body literally just won't allow me to sit here and just do content after a hard days of work. So to you guys, obviously it kind of sucks, right? Like it sucks. But one of the things that you guys need to understand is that all of the videos, every single video that I have ever posted on this channel, literally all 540 videos that I have done, and there's more because there's some that I've privated or just got rid of that you just don't see. Since I've decided to even do YouTube, is conceived from start to finish, even edited entirely by me. So It's a lot of work. And I do consider this work because it's making entertainment for you guys to enjoy. And I love doing this. Believe me, if I could do this every single day of my entire life, I would in a heartbeat. But life is life. I gotta do me. You know what I mean? And if doing what I love means that content gets a bit more sparsed out as a result, then, you know, so be it. In my reality, I don't get paid for this. I haven't even hit my my 1,000 sub goal. And I've been doing this for close to 5 years now. It's difficult to get noticed on YouTube. And this is also not to say the algorithm this and the algorithm that, because ultimately what I blame at the end of the day is myself. Okay, it's either I'm not making engaging enough content for you guys to enjoy, or I'm doing something wrong. So I don't blame any aspect of YouTube for the reason why that I'm just not performing well. I am my own worst critic. Okay, believe me on that. It's more to say that, you know, if YouTube actually made the work that you pour into your videos a bit easier to get noticed, or even, you know, reach that 1,000 goal, you know, that 1,000 sub goal and 3,000 hour, you know, watch cap, whatever the hell the cap is, right? You know, to get monetized. Of course, I would be pouring way more into this content game. But bruh, I got bills to pay. Period. And doing this while I think I know that I'm pretty good at it, it's not gonna help me keep the lights on, fam. Now, this isn't to say that content stops entirely either, because Lord knows that I'm incredibly happy with the growth that I've seen on this channel. I probably have grown more within the past year and a half than I've ever grown in my lifetime on YouTube. And so the 395 people that are following, like currently, that I've gained organically, y'all have absolutely no clue what that means to me. Like, I've refused to pay for subs, to pay for, like, you know, ads consistently, and to do things to essentially sort of like sell my soul to the content grind. I just don't think that doing those types of things is worth it, because I ultimately feel like if you like the content, the rest just follows. It just kind of just works its way organically. But this shit is hard. This shit is really hard. And also, to put it in even more of a perspective for you, I'm 37.
Damn.
Okay?
3 years away from 40. I think I'm older than Markiplier, right? Let me. How old is Markiplier? Yeah, I'm 2 years older than Markiplier. Okay? And he's out here making movies. And I just started doing this shit.
Alright?
Overall, I've been in this space for over 4 years now. You know, I've made friends that I literally consider to be like very close friends at this point. And I don't knock the journey, my content creation journey at all. You know, shout out to Ty, JT, Nick, Sierra, Nate, John, and all y'all in the Discord. That's my internet family. Like I can't thank y'all more than I already have. And I'm incredibly grateful to Ty for, you know, just fostering a community of just like-minded individuals who just want to chill, play games, and be humans. It's so refreshing to see this kind of level of just, I don't even know what it is. It's like camaraderie, family in this space. But content as a whole, you know, and I'm pretty certain that I'm not the only person that feels this way, as it seemed to sort of reward the negative rather than focusing on the positives. We can all sit here and bitch about the current president, you know, for hours and days. You know, or talk about the newest gonzo news out there, like Johnny Somali getting hunted down by Korea is hunting Johnny Somali down, okay? But it's all of it is just bullshit. YouTube has somehow turned into a more upscaled version. I don't even know, like a production heavy version of a Twitter feed. And to me, if I'm gonna make some bullshit for someone to tune out to, the last thing that I want to make is something to shuffle more bullshit into you that's gonna make you feel bad. I'd much rather take some time and record a game that I've been meaning to play for a while, make you laugh in some way, shape, or form, and take you on a journey that I haven't experienced and you haven't experienced. You killed me. Oh my fucking God.
I'm so sorry.
Or talk about some random show that I saw on the internet, on Netflix, on whatever shit that I have, right? And share my perspectives on it, whether you agree with me or you don't. Jujutsu Kaisen is overrated. What? I'd rather create something that's gonna spark your interest, or literally just so you could turn it on and zone out to while you cook or do something in the house, rather than be more negative in a space that's already littered with it. That's literally all my content has ever been about, because I love those long Let's Plays. I do. Watching 4 to 5 hours of Jacksepticeye playing Bloodborne is my idea of a good time. Or watching your occasional Jamari video and, you know, or Charlie Penguinzo, whatever the however you want to pronounce his channel's name. That's usually on my rotation too. They do it the best, right? Like I'm not gonna compete with those guys. And in the spirit of old YouTube, you know, like the Corey Kenshins, the Dashies, the Markipliers, it's what I've always aimed to do. And that's literally just to have fun, right? Content today isn't built like that. It's all just noise to make you more anxious and angry than you already are. And to me, that's just, it's annoying and it's exhausting. Aren't you exhausted? Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired? I'm tired. With that out of the way, let's talk about working today. Part of the reason that sort of forced me to find a job was the fact that I just wasn't making enough money. I mean, isn't that why everybody just goes to find a new job? I had recently just moved into a new apartment in New York City. And to those of you that know New York City, you know rent out here ain't cheap.
Yesterday's price is not today's price. Yesterday's price is not today's price.
The job that I was working was a heavily analytical job. I was a demand planner. Now, normally, in a normal company, companies have a demand planner for each department. A demand planner's job is to forecast and to make sure that inventory levels are on par with upcoming releases globally. Like the world, globally, for wherever it is that they service to, right? That's what a demand planner does. I was the only demand planner. Now, let's do the math here. In each company, you have a financial team, an operations team, which includes procurement of the merchandise, a sales team, a marketing team, a customer service team, and an executive team. Normal companies. And in normal companies, you have a demand planner for each section, each department. Mine is customer service because you don't really need to do demand planning for customer service, right? I was the only one doing all of it. I even built a forecasting program in conjunction with independent contractors. So I was exhausted. Clearly, you can see by my face that I feel a certain type of way about my experience at my previous job that I'm not gonna go into it because, for one, I can't. For two, I just don't think it would be fair, right? Like, I'm not gonna talk shit, but you get the idea. But what I can say is that I was roughly underpaid about $30,000 for all the work that I was doing. It's a lot of money. So like a normal person, I got fed up and irritable with my situation. So I left. And in the interim of me leaving, like I said before, I had two options. And in going with the not so safe option, I'm working, hard labor and being very physically exhausted, but I'm happy doing it. I'm getting paid the money that I feel is right for the work that I do, and I can pay my bills while still having a little money left over to do human things like take my wife out for brunch. But this isn't the reality for most of us out there working. A lot of people in the world have to take, a second job or even a third job just to make ends meet, because the reality of the situation is that inflation has literally made living and surviving extremely hard for everyone to get by. You seen the prices of groceries lately? Exactly. This isn't to mention the rent, mortgages, and owning anything in the US today is close to impossible unless you're filthy rich. Not to mention that Social Security is also in the shitter, so people like you and me gotta work until we're practically dead just so that our children can survive. But we make it work by working, some harder than others. And believe me, I am absolutely no stranger to a hard time. But as a 37-year-old, I'm tired of the grind. I want to build something that's going to last. I want to build something that's going to make sense for me, for my wife, for my kids. I want to make something that's going to make money on multiple levels to benefit multiple individuals. And this riskier option is allowing me to do all of those things that I have had as goals since I started doing this profession. And work as a whole, right? Like, and this is talking about like the corporate sector of work has become something that sort of like holds you in this vice grip. It's become almost in a sense like indentured servitude with benefits. And before you stop me and say,
Oh no, it's not that crazy.
what is the actual definition of indentured servitude? According to Google, it's a form of labor in which an individual is under contract to work without a salary to repay a loan, right? So now working today isn't that radical. It's just not. Like, you work, you get paid an amount. But just think about it for a second. Just take a step back and think about it. We get a job with the company. There's a contract that you have to sign. You sign that contract for the price tag of the services that you offer. You are then provided health insurance. You're then provided a 401k options if that's available. And the company also agrees to manage the taxes that get taken out of your check automatically. Sometimes they even give you added benefits like a commuter stipend and mental health care, vision, and whatever else it is that you personally need to survive. And when you do your job weekly, bi-weekly, however it is that you signed the contract for, you get that paycheck and hooray, you get to pay rent, your electric bill, and survive even longer. So indentured servitude with benefits. And I say that because the work we do, no matter who you are in this world, is most oftentimes not enough to sustain basic living. And what happens as a result, right? We end up working overtime, we take on multiple projects, and work ourselves into the ground just to hold on to something that sustains our literal life. And to me, there's something that's inherently wrong with this. We are literally working to live. Doesn't that bother you? This simple calculation of the system that has been told to me, that has been taught to me since I was a child. You know, you work hard, you work with dignity, with respect, with moralities. You know, you do the work 110%. Never just enough. You always go above and beyond. That has been taught to me is from my parents. Their parents before them has left me feeling angry and emotionally drained for years. It's taken time away from my family, from myself, from the person that I was, and it's just made me incredibly bitter at the world surrounding me. Just taking all of that into consideration, I just decided to take matters into my own hands and control my actual employment and essentially what that meant to me. In reality, to most people in the world, that option is not available. It's just not. It's not something that people can actually do. I got lucky, right? I got really incredibly lucky. And there's a lot of people in the world today that feel the effects of inflation and all of that kind of stuff that we just have to deal with on a daily basis. Some people have to do some insane levels of some MacGyver shit just to live in America. And to me, this shit is just not fair. And I say all it is to say one simple thing. Surviving in America is hard. It's literally a miracle that some of us wake up every single day to do the jobs that we do. And some of us still find the time to make content in between. But we do it. You know, out of sheer survival and to share a mutual human experience. And I want you to know, that I see you every day. I see you, and hopefully sometime soon, maybe in the future, your time will come where you could catch a break. So with all of that, here I am, tired but happy. I'm no stranger to exhaustion. I'd rather be tired from lifting boxes all day rather than burning my eyeballs out. I can tell you that. At least now when I'm done with work, I'm officially done. I could just crash out in my bed and actually go to sleep rather than staying up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, anxiously trying to figure out how to build my next PowerPoint. Okay, but with that, it does mean less content for you guys to enjoy. And if you made it this far in the video,
My bad.
I'm still trying to sort of figure out what my schedule is and what it looks like here. So just please bear with me while I do that. November, obviously, we're like, we're about to hit Thanksgiving, and I'm recording this on the 24th. It's gonna be light. December, probably a little light too, but hopefully if and when I do have everything figured out, and once I have everything figured out, I have some really cool things planned. I have some really cool recordings, you know, on the books that you guys, I really think that you guys will enjoy. So just give me some time. Give me some time to figure this shit out, okay? And to all of you out there grinding in the trenches every single day, just trying to make ends meet, okay? Believe me when I tell you, I'm right there with you in the trenches. And when that risk comes up that puts your happiness ahead of your perceived safety, take the damn risk and be happier. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate everything that you do. This is a different kind of video. What is this, a vlog? I hate that word. It's a stupid ass word. Different kind of video. But I do hope that it resonated with some of you guys out there. I do hope that you can understand what I'm trying to convey here. I'm exhausted right now recording this, but I don't know if you can tell, I'm far happier than I've ever been, and I really appreciate everything that you guys do. You have absolutely no idea. 395 subscribers. I never thought that I would ever make it here, to be honest. I never thought that this was even a possibility. Not a year and a half ago, I had 70 subscribers, and all of a sudden I just gained this many within the last year or so. So that's growth, and I'm very proud of. So thank you again to all of you guys who have stuck with me, who have been watching. Really appreciate everything that you do, and if you like this, please like, share, and subscribe. Any engagement helps. And as always, my friends, peace and much love. I will catch you guys in the next one.